challenge. Today we explore fundamental hop technique. So first I want to talk about the steps we go through. The first step is awake whole body awareness. If we don't have awareness in the body, we cannot control our body, or we cannot feel what's going on in the body. So remember what we learned yesterday and apply that knowledge and the exercises today. So breathe deep is very important. And when breathing, think this way or visualize this way. Inhalation, you take energy from outside and then you pressurize in the chest or belly. And then that pressure push your attention and energy to every corner of your body, in a way permeating your attention to the whole body, especially where you have tension or discomfort. And then when you exhale, release the tension you felt or melt rigidity you felt and then feel good. So just deep breathing itself heighten your awareness in the whole body, and also you deliver energy and awareness to every corner of your body. And also I would like to introduce you 4 warm-up exercise. It's not like a physical warm-up, maybe physical, but also at the same time you warm up your awareness. So touching and rubbing is the first one. The touching and rubbing stimulates your body through skin. And this is a very powerful tool to provoke awareness and deliver energy. If you do simple, gentle rubbing and touching where you are going to use for harp playing. Actually, you can do it the whole body if you want to do it. But anyway, this makes your muscle relax and also heighten the body awareness. The second technique is swaying and gentle shaking. Horizontal shake. So like this, like a seaweed inside of the ocean kind of swaying like this. So this releases muscle tension and helping alignment of the skeletal structure. So back and forth on left and right. And then try to make your joint very loose. At the same time, feel your body is aligning. And another shaking is, this is the third one. Third technique is bouncing, which is a vertical shaking in a way, like this. So, also you can bring shoulder up and down, up and down. You can do the entire body too. So this shake release muscle tension and helping alignment of the skeleton at the same time, strengthen the awareness on gravity. Also, intentional and slow movement in a targeted joint. So for example, yesterday we talked about arm starting from here, the joint between sternum and collarbone. And then I told you, in average people, this part is quite rigid, and then unless they are intentional, they hardly use this part. So to gain the more awareness and range of motion, you intentionally aim to move the collarbone through the edge of the range of motion, but very slowly, intentionally. So you feel every angle of the motion, and then do it slowly and coming to the front, coming down, going up. So this type of slow and intentional movement on the edge of the range of motion actually provoke lots of awareness and also the releasing the muscle tension. Okay, so once you going through the step 1, warming up your awareness, second step is setting intention. So without intention, without aim, without a goal, it's very hard to do anything. So what kind of sound you want to create? and what kind of feeling you want to have, like ease and comfort while you are executing technique. So you need to kind of set the intention. Okay, so I want to have this type of sound, very clear but round and warm, for example. And I want to feel very easy and then not much tension and a kind of very natural way of moving body and then comes out. So something like that. Okay, and then once you set the intention, you make sound now, but you need to follow up with the deep listening. So you create sound, you have to listen to your sound with the deep listening in the state of self-remembering, which is you paying attention to the sound at the same time you're paying attention to yourself, your thought, your emotion, and your sensation, how you're feeling with that sound. And then once you finish making sound, you have to evaluate the outcome. So how is your sound? Is it aligned to your intention you set? Is that what you wanted to have? Also, how is it? How did you feel inside of your body? So executing technique, how the muscle, was it comfortable? Was it uncomfortable? If it's uncomfortable, where you felt discomfort or something like that. So you have to evaluate. So these 4 steps: warm up your whole body awareness and setting your intention and make sound with deep listening to your own sound, and then evaluate the outcome. So keep these 4 steps in your mind, and then I'm going to start talking about a fundamental technique. And the most fundamental hub technique is simple plucking. So simple plucking has 3 steps. Place, you put your hand in a position, or fingertip on a position, and then squeeze, give a pressure, and release. So these 3 steps are pretty distinctively different. So I want to talk about separately. So first, placing means you have to bring your hand into the position. And most of the beginners tends to focus on the fingertip and try to bring the fingertip to the targeted string first, and then try to make the shape in the arm, the rest of the arms. So this is not good. My suggestion is starting from the bigger part or parts closer to the body. So instead of bringing finger first and then try to align in a good position, starting from a bigger part of the body, close to the body stem, which is like a collarbone, shoulder blade movement, and then adjust the elbow, or at least when you try to bring the finger there, you permeate your attention and awareness whole arm section, starting from the sternum, the collarbone. So either way, you can choose, because some people prefer thinking about this way, or starting from this way, or some people prefer to feel attention, whole arm attention, and then try to do just like that. So it's your choice. And next step is pressurizing or squeezing. Harp strings looks so vertical, and our tendency is try to squeeze and horizontally, like this way, right, this way. So squeeze like sideways. But actually, if you try to include the vertical force powered by natural gravity, like gravity working always this way, or in a way, like you try to use your own weight. Your arm has the certain weight, right? So your arm is lifted up here. So it means if you release some of the supporting muscle against the gravity, it falls, right? But falling means you have a gravity power working on you. So if you can use that, it's much easier. As you see, strings are not really horizontal. It's about 5 degrees, 3 to 5 degrees, it's leaning. So it means it's sloped, right? It's not vertical. It's a little bit sloped. So without using the supporting muscle, you can rest on the strings. So the Master Granjani video, I learned this from his video, and he was doing like this kind of very relaxed finger and wrist, and then put your finger on the strings and then do like this. And when you're coming down, and then wrist makes nice angle, right? A little bit angle like this. And then you squeeze a little bit using like feeling the gravity coming down, and kind of if you don't do anything, you just go down. So you put a little bit of horizontal push, and then folding stops. So this way you can actually rest the weight of the hand a little bit on the strings. At the same time, you're pushing the horizontally. So you're using the both force by doing this. And probably you are feeling the center of gravity of your arm around here, center of the palm. So your arms weighted all focusing here and coming down like this. So instead of going down all the way, you squeeze towards you a little bit in index, and then folding stops. And in this case, you are pushing strings vertically and also horizontally together. And also, when you're squeezing, squeeze force coming from the here, in a way this place knuckle joint provide, not the other joint. The other joint moves while you are placing or squeezing, but it's more like adjusting the position of the finger. So real force is coming from the knuckle, and the other side of the knuckle is this line of the hand, which is close to the center of the palm. So that's why I said it's center of the palm. See, so right, and then this knuckle joint movement powered by the lower arm, and it's starting from elbow around here. So now when you squeezing or pressurizing strings, I'll feel the gravity and kind of hang on to the strings with a relaxed wrist. At the same time, when you squeeze horizontally, that movement coming from the knuckle or this line of the palm, and that powered by muscle much higher than just the hand. It's more like close to the elbow. Okay, so this is a squeezing, and then when I'm doing this, how I am feeling, what kind of inner sensation I am experiencing. So I will talk about that a little bit. So I try to feel the flow of energy connecting between the fingertip and upper back, between shoulder blade. So this is like a whole body awareness. But when I pressurizing string, and of course the elbow, around the elbow or lower arm, is actual muscle working to give the pressure by moving the joint, knuckle joint. However, I feel the energy starting from close to the core of the body, which is the kind of opposite side of the actual skeletal joint of sternum and collarbone, which is the beginning of the arms and the skeletal structure. This is the opposite side, which is the right in between the shoulder blade. And from there, I have like a, let's say, energetic strings attached, and then actual pull starting from the between the shoulder blade, and then that's powered the plucking. Right, and if you can't feel this, try these. Relaxing the tension around the big lump of the base of the neck and the back. So if you touch your neck and you touch, especially if you bend our neck a little bit like this, you can feel the big lump there. And then, so this big lump is in a way the central point to holding the shoulder muscles and connecting to the spine. So if you try to release that, actually if you drop your head a little bit forward and then kind of turn your shoulder, you can feel it's released. And then another way is, as we just practiced, move the certain joint, especially like this joint from sternum to collarbone, very slowly, intentionally, going through the edge of the range of motion. So that also helps. Okay, so the final step is release. So no extra force necessary at the moment of releasing. Place, and then pressurize, and then now you just, from there, just let go. And then finger closes towards the palm because the momentum, you're hanging on the strings, you're holding and you pressurize. So when pressure goes with the momentum, finger tip closes. So you don't need to do any of this movement at the release. So basically just let go. And if you try to push more when you're releasing, it doesn't bring us a good result. It just mess up what you built up. So volume of the sound, for example, is determined by the pressure you applied already to the strings upon the pressurizing step. So the moment of plucking is too late to do anything about it. Also the tone quality, the color of the tone, it's already done by the angle and the pressure you apply to the strings from the fingertip. So moment of plucking, just let go. This is like final stage. So if you start trying to fix it at that point, releasing, there's something you can do about it. But better not to build that habit to fix the sound at the last minute of releasing. It's much better to build a habit to do the good placement and good pressurizing, and then you are ready. You prepared very well to get the sound you are intending. So at the last minute, at the moment we're releasing, just let go. So all the fingers, you can pluck with all the other fingers, second, third, and fourth, with the same way. Okay, and then thumb is a little different. On the thumb plucking or some placement, we can use more gravity, much easier to apply gravity. So to do that, actually, if this is the strings, and the thumb shouldn't be like this. Thumb needs to come like this. So the placement of the thumb is in a way coming from above, right? And then right placement of the thumb to the strings, it happens like this. So you can see the triangle here, right? So bad placement is like this. You see the triangle, the other side, right here, the other side. So not this, but this. So to get that position, you have to really adjust your shoulder and also the height of the elbow. So you need to really activate collarbone, shoulder blade, this chunk of shoulder block, and you have to move it. So you release your shoulder part, and then if you let go, hand slide down along the body of the harp, right? So if you touch the strings with the thumb, approaching from above, it just stop naturally, and you don't need to really do anything. Just hang on, and then when you pluck, actually you have to push a little bit, but it's a very minimum force you can pluck. Thumb, left hand is same. And then you need to adjust the comfortable angle to the strings. Maybe some people prefer this way, some people prefer like closer to the strings. So it's up to you. And also the size of your hand matters. So approaching from the top, and then gravity, take your hand like this. So if you hook thumb on the strings, and use that gravity pulling your hand like this anyway, and then just let go, and let go a little bit sideways. So it's a little bit of this movement, this wrist movement helps, and also the little bit of moving thumb this way. But mostly, actually, I just realized mostly wrist turning, subtle wrist turning will help release. Okay, so just simple plucking, but if you do it intentionally, there are so many things you can pay attention. So I hope you enjoy simple plucking with a lot of awareness, attention, and intentionality. This makes your simple plucking sounds really, really different, or one simple note can start talking a lot.